Alright, hello to anyone watching this. Welcome to my second art block video. I'm gonna go ahead and try to not wimp out this time. My last one, okay, so what this art block video is I set out to draw a character and I had a sketch in mind. I really was expecting to just, make a normal video, and then something went wrong. I mean, you can already see the line crap and all those phantom just like things that start going off on the edges on this. I really just do not love the screen on this new tablet. I will have to look into if there's ways to do anything to just get it to work a little better. But so anyway, for whatever reason I didn't get a drawing done. And this happened once before when I was trying to do Slowpoke. And I don't know, I actually asked if anyone would be interested, because I'd already, I was recording my screen during it. I had the video. I asked if anyone would be interested in seeing it, and a lot of you actually responded and said yes, you did. And I had the thought when I did it that I should have done like a proper narration to it and actually like watched it and looked at it myself and tried to learn from my like legitimate failure. But I was so frustrated with it that I just put it away. I just didn't even try. So this time I'm actually going to try to analyze this mess and just see where exactly I went wrong. So I started out here with an undersketch that I was pretty happy with. Like I really did like how my face was looking on this, but I could not get that pen to cooperate with me for the life of me. I mean, you can see these lines, just how wobbly and skiwampus they are. Like and the thing is, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know. I usually am able to work with it better, but is it just that I'm working with a tablet I'm not used to? I'm not entirely certain. So anyway, this video is going to be a little longer because it was a long time of me just epically failing at trying to draw what is essentially a fairly easy Pokemon. But yeah, this is the part where it starts going off the rails. It turns out it is very, very hard to draw Ghastly's smoke without it looking like an egg. I know. Do you wanna come join me here, Brittany? Okay. Yeah, sorry, Brittany. Poor Brittany's over here.
Still sick.
Still sick, trying to get a nap before we take our overnight flight back to Utah. Well, no, back to Vegas and then drive back to Utah. So yeah, there's L'Oreal Ghastly. I wasn't. Yeah, but I still kind of like how that one turned out, but I'm like, it wasn't gonna make a good chibi badge. I really liked this face that I had, and I was just trying to get some smoke that worked with it. So I know, I guess I'll try to just kind of talk through what my thought process was here. Let's see if I can really remember it. A lot of it was just, I'll kind of just let my hand do what it does and just see if I like any of the shapes and then build off of those. You can see all of them right now just look incredibly eggy. And I messed with them as much as I could. You can see me here like trying to tweak it around because I like the shape and I feel like it should look like a Ghastly shape, but you put it on that face and it looks like an egg. What are you supposed to do when your Ghastly looks like an egg? Like, it's just gonna look like an egg. I guess I draw little pieces of poop around it. Cool. Yeah, maybe I really just need to like study some smoke for a bit. I don't know. Because I was going for more of like a okay. So my thought process here, I guess, I do actually have one. Sorry, I'm not going to be very articulate in this because I don't want to look at this video. I'm so frustrated with it, but I have to figure out just where I went wrong in my thought process here so I can tackle it again. So I really wanted, look at those phantom clicks. Gosh, my friggin' pen was not working well. And that looked like a little mouth to me, so I drew a little face on him. It's not a very good little guy, but it was just like a little guy. Now I'm looking at it, kind of looks like a marshmallow peep with like a saddle on it. Anyway, I was going for more of like a wisp from Animal Crossing, or like a there was a point where I tried doing like something that was like more Dimple-like from Mob Psycho. I was just really going for a different type of ghost than you usually think of with Ghastly. Trying to like, I don't know, I was trying to have some cool interpretation on it besides just like, hey, it's ghastly, so it's kind of gaseous, you know, it's a good ghost, but it's also a gas, and so he's just like a smoky boy, you know. And I really try with these. I have such a hard time with, and I didn't think this would happen, I have a hard time with the simpler Pokemon because it's so hard to do something to make them unique and different, and to draw them and not just copy them, you know? Especially doing the chibi style, it is hard to simplify Ghastly, you know, because his face is already pretty simplified. I did a facial expression I really liked for it, but the smoke was the part that I needed to figure out how to chibi, and I could not for the life of me figure out how to chibi it. So at this point, I was frustrated with my undersketch. I liked the face. I wanted to start lining. I was frustrated with how I couldn't get the smoke. So I decided to just try to start lining the face. And you can see my pen fighting me this entire way here. So this failed attempt at Ghastly really is like a combination failure of me not being able to figure out how I wanted to stylize this thing, and my freaking equipment just not working with me well. And I know part of me really wants to try to get my other surface fixed because I know that it works well, but I talked about this on another video. Maybe I should try a different machine. There might be something that will, you know, be able to render faster, maybe something that can do, I know, I was looking it up, and I think the iPad, the Apple one, can actually do the 5 times speed, just playback, just like normally on QuickTime. So if if I have Apple and then I have QuickTime, then I can just like do that. I don't have to do any like double rendering, which would be nice, because I mean, these videos already take so much longer than I thought they would, and then doing an extra hour of render time just isn't something I usually just have time for in general. So I really liked, again, I liked how my undersketch for this little face was. I still have the lines. I may still try to go in and try to use this face and just get some gas to work with it because I really like it. But at some point I got frustrated and gave up on the whole thing, but we'll get to that. So yeah, again, my pen not working with me well, but I was able to tweak these lines and get them to a place that I really did like. And then it was the smoke that was just being so terrible after that. Yeah, sorry, I'm not used to, this is the first real, like, long video I've done. I guess I don't really know exactly what to say. Maybe I should just, like, not say things when I don't have anything to say, kind of just let there be, like, some quiet noise. Oh, I tried to give him, like, spooky spiral eyes, but you can God, yeah, it's so easy to do, or it was so easy on my old tablet to do a spiral, and you could see those there. I tried to do a nice, just like even spiral, and it gave me like this weird like lump in the middle. I'm like, what are you supposed to do with that? You can't. That's not good. You can't do a spiral when it's not gonna spiral if it's gonna just clump your lines together weird. So I wonder, I bet the pen being off like this is probably like a stabilization problem, right? Is it, do I have too much stabilization on? Do I need more stabilization? Do I need less? Is it a matter of it not smoothing my lines enough, or is it smoothing them too much and therefore making up shapes that I haven't actually done? I don't know, because there are a couple lines that it did phenomenally. Those eyes turned out really, really well. They look really nice. But, like, I don't know, they weren't at all the shape that I was drawing at the time. Okay, so here's the part where we get to Egg Ghastly, because I was excited to do that head, so I did the head, and then now look, you can see on that bottom right part right there, this was one solid line that I did fast and I did loose, and generally with Sai that means that you're gonna get yourself some nice smooth lines. And just look at that lumpy, crappy line quality. I thought I could work with it. I thought I could make it like into like, oh, that can be my like ghastly style. That can be my, like my smoke render there. But it just looks like a terrible lumpy egg. Or kind of maybe like a daisy. I don't know. I didn't like it. I kept going back to it and looking at it and wanting to like it, and I still can't figure out exactly what it is. I think maybe it is, though, more the line quality than the shape itself that was off. I know the shape still does look a little eggy, but maybe after I color it, it wouldn't. I'm not sure. Although one of the things I really do try to do is make sure that I never rely on my my coloring job to fix my line work, Yeah, okay, then that was the point where I was like, well, this clearly isn't working, let's try something else. And then my mind was thinking, like, oh, what is some stylized smoke that I have seen before that I liked? And I went to Wind Waker, so I tried to do some, like, Wind Waker smoke, and I made this weird, like, I have no idea what this is. This is not a good ghastly. I got rid of it, like, immediately there, because, didn't look good, didn't look like ghastly, didn't look like anything I would want to look at, so got rid of that. Okay, and then here at this point, I thought maybe I'm focusing too much on lines, maybe I need to just be focusing on shapes, so if I just block out the shapes, maybe it'll look better. And that looked like freaking Mineta from My Hero, so that didn't work. And then, again, you can see me just trying to do anything. But look, I'm getting almost no size variance in there. My minimum size is 0%. You can see the settings over on the left there. My density is at 100. My minimum size is 0. And I am still trying to get these, like, nice, like, peaks on my line work there. And it's not doing it. It's giving me these big clumpy finishes. Look at that right there where I start and end that line. That's almost no tapering. What is my pen doing? Why isn't it doing that? Because I'm using the exact same pen. There's no reason this program, it's the same program on the same type of computer with the same pen. Why in the world would it suddenly just not? And look, there I was again trying to do some tapering and it wouldn't just taper. Anyways, this is the point where I was like, maybe I'll do something like Dimple from Mob Psycho. And then Brittany pointed out that it definitely looks like a little piece of poop there. Which, to be fair, now that I think about it, is probably what Dimple's design was going for, since he is kind of a little piece of crap of a person. But which is so clever. I really do enjoy like all of the design in Mob Psycho. Fantastic anime, by the way. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend. But yeah, so I was, at this point, I was like, I'll, if I color that in, maybe it'll look less, eggy when I try to do my shape again. So I colored it in real quick and then tried again to do another smoke shape. Let's see what disaster I did this time. You can see the line quality in the eyes there right now is terrible because I accidentally filled in the white on my line layer instead of on my color layer, and it destroyed my line quality. So luckily I did catch that in time to Control Z my way into getting my good line quality back. But I didn't do that for a while after doing, and I do still kind of like this idea of having it kind of go forward like that. Maybe I will go back to this one. I know if you're watching this and like actually like interested in like how I messed this up and wanting to figure out the mystery with me of how to stylize a cute little Ghastly. It doesn't seem like it should be that hard. It's Ghastly. Of all the Pokemon, like I thought I would have a problem with like Machamp and like Nidoking, and granted Nidoking was hard, but like nothing like freaking Ghastly has been for me. And that I just really didn't expect that to be the one. I don't know, maybe it's because I was like, oh, Ghastly will be so easy, so I didn't really, prep for it. I didn't think about it, because usually I'll like look up the Pokemon the morning of and then kind of just think about it throughout the day, get kind of like a game plan going for myself. But I don't know. So the only thing about here's the point that I realized that I destroyed my my eye quality, and Control Z'd my way to fixing that. But yeah, so anyway, if you're watching this and listening to my struggle here, please let me know which of these sketches you like best. If you think I should I try to do any of them? Should I try to use this Ghastly face that I've got here, or should I try to do? Should I start from scratch? Should I draw it again? Because I do still really like that face. I would like to just figure out how to do the gas at some point if I can. So at this point, I did just like, well, maybe my problem is that I'm going too obscure with it. Maybe I do just need to do just little gas clouds. And I found a thing that Brittany says looked like popcorn. I think it looked like cute little puffy clouds, but it made him look more like coughing than Ghastly, and that's not what I was going for, so I did get rid of that as well. And then, yeah, it's bugging me that this poor past me still hasn't realized I ruined those eyes. Please. It's like giving me anxiety looking at that. Like, I don't want to redraw those because I really liked how they turned out. And here I am messing with just general shapes, trying to figure out getting like some movement to it. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it needed to be more dynamic, like fire or something. Which I kind of like the idea of having it be more like emberly and, more of like more of a fire than a proper smoke. But I couldn't get it to a way that I liked. I didn't like the balance. I didn't like the shapes. And that's the thing too, is when you start getting frustrated in a picture like this, you're doomed. That's it. Like you lose your ability to lose yourself in your drawing, and you really do have to. Oh, yep, there's when I went back to fix the eyes. There, fixed them. They're good. Okay. Now, you really do have to mentally be in a place where you can zone out in your drawing and enjoy, or at least I do. I guess it's probably different for every artist, but if I don't have a good time drawing something, you can tell. I don't know. Maybe you can't. Maybe I can just see it in myself because it's me. I know. I guess that's the great folly of man, right? Like that was. Geez, what's his name? It was Freud's problems. He assumed that everyone had the same general mentality that he did, and therefore he could assume any psychological findings he found within himself were universal to everyone. I shouldn't be so vain as to think that everyone's like me. But anyway, so at this point, you saw I did that little bump there and kind of liked how that changed the thing, and then I figured instead of doing all these little wisps around it, maybe I could do something to the gas itself to do kind of a, yeah, see, I gave myself kind of like a rough sketch of like where I wanted ups and downs, and then I started going through and doing that, just giving it some variety overall to the silhouette, because I still do like the flow of this shape. I kept coming back to this shape because I liked the way it flowed. I liked the overall like big shape of it. But then yeah, so here I tried to make it a more interesting silhouette by just giving it some ins and outs, and it kind of looks like nothing right now, but I'll go back and, you know, erase all of the overlapping lines and just try to give it a better just silhouette in general. And I'm still, I don't know, I'll maybe, did I just do too many bits of variation here? Did I muddy it too much? Was it too complicated? Or was this just a doomed idea from the start? I'm not sure. So at this point I am just trying to make a good undersketch to work with and then go in line later. Which, even though, you know, I already had 2 or 3 undersketches. But so I made this shape that I really liked until I really looked at it, I really thought about it. Cause like there with Ghastly, like it looks kind of fiery, it looks kind of cool, it's great, you know. And then at some point, I still do kind of like that idea. Maybe I will mess around with that, but do it a little better. Because I do really like that more now that I'm looking at it. But maybe if I used a different shape underneath instead of that one moving back like that. Maybe if I tried this method with the smoke I liked before where it was going forward. Maybe that would match his face a little better. I don't know, but either way, yeah, see, I'm messing with the overall shape of that, but I still do like the texture, I guess. But yeah, right there is when I got rid of the head and just looked at that smoke shape on its own and realized, I'd done something terrible. I may have accidentally drawn Gamzee. Yay. Lordy. Yeah, so, or Gamzee, I have no idea, but yeah, anyway, I decided to scrap that whole, line of even thinking at that point, because I remember very pointedly being incredibly upset last night that I accidentally made Gamzee. And I mean, by upset, I mean I was to the point that it was like, you know, when you get just over something that everything's hilarious and because it's so terrible. So yeah, at that point I decided I need to just start from scratch, and Brittany pointed out too, I really should just start over and, you know, clean slate that, try to get an undersketch that I like more, something I can work better with. So I did do that, but you can see my emotions coming through on this like very, very clearly with this facial expression and this poor guy. And then I don't know what this gas is. It looks like Homestuck hair again. I don't know. And what's that meme with the, you know, it's the fate of mankind to reinvent Homestuck. I think that's when I accidentally draw not good shapes. And I started going back to those whoopie doopie swirly doos again. I really like the aesthetic of doing ghosts with those like swirls and stuff, but I really don't know if I can incorporate that into Ghastly very well. Anyway, I want to try again, but I'm so worried about it being like this again, you know, because this was a good long time of me just being incredibly frustrated with myself as an artist and my ability to make my equipment work with me and to have my hand do what I want it to. I don't know, maybe I should do some sketches on paper. Maybe, you know what? I was also worried about Grimer before I drew him, so maybe I'll do what I did with Grimer and just do like a dumb little animation first to try to just kind of figure out movement. Because sometimes just understanding the patterns, the movement of something gives me a much better... yeah, I kind of liked the mouth, but then I decided I didn't, so started over on that. And then I decided to go for a different facial expression. Maybe if I do try to do a different... yeah, maybe I will animate a Ghastly in the airport today. I mean, I've got a nice long flight, and I usually animate on flights because it takes my attention more than drawing does sometimes, and I get nervous on flights. I know they're relaxing and whatnot, but they're also like, you know, if you really need to just stop a car trip for a second, you can stop your car trip. If you want to get off a flight, that's, well, too bad, you know? So, and I've never really had like a problem on a flight, but, and here I started messing around with this, this more like inquisitive kind of looking Ghastly, and I still had a hard time with that smoke there, but I liked how his eye turned out. It was the part that I was basing my smoke off of here. I really, really liked how that eye turned out, but then I kept giving him this like weird, like, what character am I thinking of that's got, oh yeah, freaking, yeah, that's the point when I realized, I'd forgotten about this. Yeah, I gave him this weird floofy hair, and I'm looking at that like, that looks familiar, what is that? So I drew it. It's freaking Pinkie Pie. I was giving him Pinkie Pie hair. So, yeah, there's the point that I accidentally made Ghastly. Okay, how many things have I done in this video? I made Ghastly into Gamzee. I made Ghastly into Pinkie Pie. This poor Ghastly has been through a lot this video. But yeah, I liked that eye though, so I scrapped that mouth and did one that fit more like the expression that I thought that eye was going for there. He just looks so just like, I don't know, he looks zoned out, like he's just completely enamored with whatever he's looking at there. And I just really liked that, so I tried to make a face that matched that. And I do still really like this sketch as well, but yeah, I do really like this. I don't know if I'll do anything with it because I don't know. I really, really like, because at first I didn't like how my mouth turned out, but I liked the eye, so I redid the mouth, and then after tweaking with it a bit, I got a mouth that I also just like really, really liked. Yeah, I think right there was the point that and then the tooth was too big, so I had to draw it back in. Yeah. A tiny little fang just poking out there. And I liked the face shape over there, the head shape. I liked that weird off circle that I got with it. And then I was thinking about smoke and wanting to make him look more smoky in this one, so I did. Well, I tried to do smoke. Maybe I really should just do some smoke studies as well. Maybe I'll animate some smoke instead of some Ghastly on the plane. I don't know. But yeah, so I did a more smoky Ghastly on this one with that kind of just in awe type of expression going on there. And then I was thinking about smoke, so I thought about like a candle, and I've got this like vision in mind for it now. Maybe I will make it into just like a good proper full illustration with a background and everything. I had this idea for like this nice like purple and blue kind of like haunted looking mansion with this like deep dark little Ghastly in it, and just lit up the tiniest bit by this like bright red and this otherwise just like really sad little area. So maybe I will make that into a, I don't know, my thought was poster at the time because I did really like how it turned out. It's not really like a, I don't know, I usually only do posters when I have like a joke I like, but maybe I'll do something with that one. I don't know. So it wasn't an overall completely unsuccessful bit of drawing there, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to do the chibi badge that I set out to do. So, I've got a couple ideas I think I'm gonna work with here. I'll rewatch this video and doing that will probably also help with this. But anyway, if you tuned in this entire time, thank you so much for listening. It's probably a pretty stressful video to listen to, I'm not sure, but if you do like the video, please let me know, or if you don't want to, that's cool. I know, it really does mean a lot to me if you like my stuff, so thank you. I hope maybe y'all can have a better time of your smoke drawing ventures than I've had. Anyway, sorry, I'm just rambling now. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll figure it out and be able to post a video for Ghastly. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I think I'm stressing myself out too much by doing that. Okay, have a good day, y'all. Bye.